Well, hi there, everybody. I am out here at Foundation Farms with Patrice, in which I have been working at all morning long. By the way, this is Lynette with Pure Integrity Verified Seal of Approval, and I'm super excited to say that Patrice's farm has passed our qualifications for pureness, integrity, and organic standards. Actually, he is above the organic standards as they are today. So congratulations, Patrice. We're so excited. And what sets Patrice aside from a lot of the farmers, even a lot of the organic farmers, is that Patrice has a no-till method, and he also has a method of eat what you farm method, as he's doing right now, enjoying those tomatoes, aren't you, Patrice?
That's right.
So tell us about your no-till farming.
Well, it took me a while, but way back when I was apprenticing on the West Coast, nearby Santa Barbara, I was really doing this with an excellent master who was an organic farmer, but he was also tilling his soil, tilling in rich compost, what most people do in the organic realm. But he and I had long discussions. We would go around, go in the forest, and look at the forest floor, and we knew that forest floor, which was around the farm, was so much better in term of tilth structure, in term of retention of moisture. There was something there that we can never reproduce in the method that we were using. So that was really an early seed that was planted in my mind that I needed to really try to do something better than that. So it took me a long time, but after 20 years now, I have a system that's complete, that allows me to produce very large quantities of food without touching my soil.
Yes, I can see. I want to show everybody all of these abundance of tomatoes that you have. We're in a hothouse right now, high tunnel, but look at these amazing beauties.
Those are actually flowering as they are about to die, because we are about 1 week of having a deep freeze.
Of course, almost into the winter season, but take a look at these.
They're not smart enough to know that. And
the tomatoes haven't been told yet.
No, I haven't told them. Okay, guys, you're gonna die.
It's winter time.
So they're about 15, 16 foot tall, and every year they reach that height, sometimes even 18, 20 feet. They just fall down, cascade down on the side of the trellis.
Wow, phenomenal. And people say that organic farming does not feed the world. I beg to differ, because although Patrice isn't feeding the whole world, he manages to feed a lot of the county around here.
Yes, very high yields, very high productivity, and very low input. So it's a very sustainable proposition that I suggest here. So what makes this happen is essentially the soil. The soil is what I work on. I do not touch it. I simply layer organic matter on top of it, mostly in the form of straw and very occasional manuring. So that creates a source that is absolutely capable of sustaining all this production and also resisting diseases. There's very little that happens to me on a regular basis in terms of blight and fungus, which helps me being more successful, of course.
Right, and a lot of farmers are scared to death. The bugs, they're scared of the blight, they're scared of the grasshoppers, the aphids, the everything. But from what I've experienced and seen out here on your farm, Patrice, you live one with the earth, and you are one with all of the four-legged critters around here, aren't you?
Yes, I am actually very happy that I have a very close relationship with nature. I live in a place which is surrounded by trees, and I have a beautiful pond where creates access to water for little creatures. So my farm is full of life, is vibrant. The insect count is insane, and
right. Do you have some? Is there some soil over here that we can see the insects, Patrice?
We can watch. I just opened up some straw. Usually the soil is not. As much as possible, there is no exposure. I mean, I just did this. Here is a spider.
Oh, wow. Check it out. This is living with life. Oh, look at all the roly-polies.
Yeah, they're two
Awesome.
crickets.
And crickets.
You know, it's just a superficial part of the life. Of course, you know, the real heart of things is the micro part of the life system, which is made mostly of bacteria,
Right.
but also has many other forms of life, like fungi, is a big part of it. So, in combination between the megafauna, you know, those guys,
Right.
and the
So these-
the microbes that are living in, you know, inside the soil, you have a system that is allowing all this to happen. And if you just lift some soil, you will also see probably the obvious suspect, like, I'm not sure, but we'll see. This has been really
Beautiful,
impacted.
rich. Oh, I can smell the earth. It smells. Oh, look at the worms. Earthworms are good.
Now, this has received, we've just got through a heavy, like just yesterday, we got 4 inches of water. And really,
Right. This area
this
had a
has
lot of rain.
absorbed, because this sponges up all the water in the system. So what you have here is a very much a maxed out type of soil with water from that rain. And yet, what you see is the ability for the soil to not waterlog, to actually not be saturated, and to actually crumble up,
Right.
which is pretty phenomenal based on the amount of water that we have. Of course, some worm activities in spring it's very heavy, but we're not in spring. We are in fall, almost in winter.
Right.
So you can see still a lot
Oh,
of
it's so
worm.
rich, and the worms are loving it. That means you have thriving, living
I
soil.
mean, you can see, right, exactly. And you can see those are tiny worms and they get big.
Right.
You get those big guys too. The natural structure of the soil are all present. Maximum availability of nutrients to the plants and maximum retention of water available to the plants. So this is pretty much an ideal place to grow anything. With,
Right.
with very little
And inside and
Inputs.
out, you have very little input. Exactly. You do not have any farm machinery. You do not have any tractors or tillers or anything like that. And we'll take you all to see the outside in just a moment. But that's what I love about Patrice's farm is because it's all done by hand. And I was harvesting by hand today, and I was doing a few more things
Great.
by hand. So yes, we are actually out here in the farmlands.
Actually, are you finishing it?
Okay.
About
Okay.
4 weeks ago?